Welcome to Crusader Kings 3. So the Crusader Kings franchise is one of the most popular strategy games that has ever been made. Crusader Kings 3 is the heir to a long legacy of historical grand strategy experiences. My friends over at Paradox decided to pay me to show you, well, some things to do and some things not to do when you're going to try to build an empire from very humble origins to, you know, what our goal is going to be today is to try to conquer the entire kingdom of Ireland. What makes Crusader Kings 3 stand out is that you get to build a dynasty through centuries. And you can play the game however you want. Do you want to be the conqueror? Do you want to engage in political intrigue? Or do you just have a lot of fun building and honing and choosing who and what your royal family is going to be like? Regardless of how you play, there's a number of different ways to do it, but I'm going to be showing you my personal favorite. Military conquest. So without further ado, let's jump right into the action. And remember, link is in the video description to check out Crusader Kings 3 for yourself. Well, now it is time to build our empire, but empires to get to that size, well, they all had to start somewhere smaller. Welcome to the world of Crusader Kings 3. Now, you'll notice that we are in the imperial view, so you can see all of the mighty empires that are, well, actually, there's a little bit of a catch. These are just what the empires could be, because all of the empires are broken up into kingdoms. England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland, for example. But that's actually not how things start off, right? All of these kingdoms are made up of duchies. But this is actually how things stand. When we go to the realms, you'll see who rules what and where, and they're all ruled by houses. So, of Godwin, and what's this over here? Brian? There's the House of Brian. That's gotta be a very, very important man himself. Oh, Petty King Merkid MacDonchad of Munster. That's me, the House Brian. Basically, as it stands, is if we're gonna create a mighty empire, we gotta start a little bit humble origins. And my first task is to actually try to take over the Emerald Isle of Ireland. Now, you'll see here that nobody lays claim, or rather, there's probably a lot of people that lay claim, but the Kingdom of Ireland has not been created yet. But you'll notice that the Kingdom of Scotland and the Kingdom of England have. Wales also has not. Brittany has not, and neither has Frisia. So there's a lot of open area, which is why I felt that, you know what? Starting the House of Brian over here in Ireland would be a good idea. But you'll notice that I don't even own the Duchy of Munster. I am Mr. Munster, right? Mr. Munster. But I don't even own all of this duchy. And you know what? I mean, I'm not even married. I want to get married. And I feel like the ladies are going to like it a little bit more if I was at least a duchy. So at least when they're like, you're such a duchy, then I know what they mean. They say it with respect. So the first thing we need to do is conquer this dude over here. The Earldom of Desmond. Because you know what? Well, I've got a bigger army than you, so this should go well. So let's go ahead and defeat them in battle here. And while my men are at arms, I'm not making any money because there's no one really working at home. So it takes a little bit of time here for the progress bar to go and our army to be ready to march. But I can manipulate time and speed here because, let's be honest, empires aren't created in one man's lifetime alone, but many. So I've got heirs. So we're taking place in the battle here. They've only got 340 men at the Battle of Trolley-Lolly-La. Well, things are starting to go well, and you can see that my men, because I have 10 knights, he only has 5, and I've got a lot more men at arms, or rather levies, which are just a bunch of peasants with pointy sticks, really. We're gonna be able to upgrade our army a little bit later, but to be quite honest, it's gonna be a little bit of time to consolidate the southern portion of my empire, and then you know what? We may look to the north. So we beat this guy in battle, and now I'm gonna enforce my demands. I want this county under my sway. Looks like he hasn't given up yet. Okay. And in order to do that, to basically force this man to give up his little county here and have it join mine, we're gonna have to lay siege to the fort. So the fort in Desmond at the siege of Trolley-la-la-la. Well, guess what? We're gonna go ahead and speed up because it said it would take 7 months, and I want it to take a matter of seconds. So it is. And now that I've won the battle, I can enforce my demands, and he'll join me, begrudgingly so. But it was a beautiful, beautiful victory. And the good thing about fighting battles is you pick up prisoners and then you can ransom them. So let's do that to get a little bit of gold, because that's one of the primary resources we have here. We have gold, we have prestige, we have piety, and then we have renown. All of these are used for different tasks. And look at this. Now, when we look on it, I'm actually the ruler of all of Munster. And the House of Brian owns all of Southern Ireland. There's some pretty crazy houses out there. Cap it. Dang, man. Salian over here owning the Holy Roman Empire. And now that I am a duchy of Munster County, Ireland, I think it's time to, kind of choose who I want to be in this world. And in order to do that, we need to understand ourselves. So when you look at my statistics over here, I'm not very diplomatic. I'm not very good at stewardship. I'm very poor in intrigue, and I'm downright stupid. I'm not even entirely sure if I can read, but I'm very, very good at fighting wars. Like any good Catholic Irishman should be, right? For the House of Brian. Well, then I think that makes it pretty straightforward what we want to do. We're going to choose a martial focus, and a strategic one at that, which is going to allow me to unlock these stats as we kind of proceed throughout our life. So now it's time to figure out, hey, who's the next guy? Well, if I click here, it looks like I can declare war on Ailic up here. They have no claims, and let's see, how big is their army? They have 364 soldiers, but we do have a lot of gold. So let's disband the army. And then I think it's time to create some men-at-arms, because we have a lot of levies, the dudes with sticks, right? They've got an attack damage of 10 and a defense of 10 as well. But I'm thinking that in these early days, it'd be really, really good to have some archers. So I'm gonna create 2 units of archers. And then how about some siege onagers? That should help me. And it's gonna take a little bit of time to raise that. So I guess while that's happening, we can go ahead and look for a bride. This is kind of the fun part, because not only are you building your empire, but you're building the family in the kingdom and the people that are gonna be leading it, or hopefully not leading rebellions against you if they don't like you. But luckily, my son Brian of Brian, well, he likes me. So we need to find a woman that will like me too, but preferably one with some good stats. Oh, look at this. We've got Debbie Lane here. She's pretty talented in all the areas of learning, intrigue, stewardship, martial, and incredible in diplomacy. Whoa. She comes from a Viking house, and their house words are, we choose violence. Oh God. This one might be a little bit of a nut. She's feeble, but she's highly intelligent, beautiful, and a lunatic. Oh, this is good. She's wrathful, stubborn, and lustful. This is, yeah, and she's a Viking warrior princess. You know what? We'll accept her as our wife, or rather, we'll send a message like, yo, dude, I want to marry your daughter. That will eventually come back, and hopefully, let's see how the army. Greetings! I accept your marriage proposal, because let's be honest, back then, you know, if you're from a royal family or a noble family, you didn't marry for love, you married for power. So Petty Queen Debbie of Munster, well, she's a fearless maniac, and she's my wife. This will end very, very well for me, I think. Oh God. But the army is raising up here. It's taking their time. We're gonna get some catapults. We're gonna get some bowmen, and it's gonna be great. And then we're gonna go to war, because I think we're gonna have ourselves a wedding celebration. And I'm not gonna let my people pay for the wedding. I'm gonna pay for it myself, but in so doing, I'll gain a lot of prestige. Basically, my people will love me all the more. So one of the things that I'm going to want to do, though, is in order to lay claim, I need a casus belli in order to declare war. And casus belli, I believe, is just fancy Latin for saying, you at least have a legitimate reason for declaring war. And right now, I can only declare war on this northern one. But eventually, I'm going to want this one, right? So if I need to do that, well, then, you know what? Let's go to our council. And let's go to this fantastic mustachioed man, Stignand of Munster. And you know what, Stignand? I need you to do a job for me, and I need you to fabricate a claim on the county of Connacht that basically says, well, technically speaking, Baron of Munster wants to, it is his by right. Dias Volt, God wills it, give it to him. So we're gonna do that. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but while that's happening, our army is mustering and raising itself, and we're training our men-at-arms. We've got a lot of peasants with pointy sticks, and our knights are pretty good too. And they even have statistics of their own. So their prowess in battle, A bunch of our knights aren't very good. Our best one is my son Brian, actually. Oh god. Well, I hope you don't die in battle. That'd be very bad for my line of succession. I'm so happy that we own the duchy of Munster. Well, the petty kingdom of Connacht here is eyeing me, and I don't like it. Oh, my heir's unmarried. We need to find him a wife too. We had so much fun doing that. So we'll click my heir. He's good old Brian McMurkin of the House Brian, and we're gonna find you a spouse. So one of the things you can look for, though, let's see if we find any, is here we go. So this lady's Dutch. She's got claims on the following titles: the Duchy of Holland, the County of Holland, and the County of Zeeland and West Friesland. So that's pretty awesome, actually. She's not very smart. She's also age 7, so we won't be marrying her for a while, or rather our son won't. Let me be clear about that. But she does have claims, so that could be kind of interesting, but I think we'll deal with more of that a little bit later. I think I want someone who's very diplomatic, because that will help my family grow, right? So Alda here, well, she's lowborn, but here, she's Scottish, and the House of Ilwim, she's not lowborn, so I guess, you know what, Brian gets -200, but Stady McWilhelm here, hey, she's pretty. You know what? Good. We'll send you the proposal. Stignan of Canterbury is not swayed by my attempts to bribe him with pleasantries. Well, they've accepted, and now my son is gonna get married. So congratulations, Brian of House Brian. You will have to lead us, and hopefully one of your sons will be able to marry some queen or princess of a foreign land, and we can expand the empire. But honestly, we're just a duchy, a little old duchy. And my spouse has a +74 opinion of me. That's pretty good, even though we're foreign cultures. The crazy Viking shield princess, well, she likes me. Hopefully she'll bear me more kids, and I can train them to be knights, and they can go out and fight for me, and we can, you know, conquer the known world. All right, so the army's coming together. There's 65. I think it's time to declare war on this county of Ailic up here. We'll have to raise all armies now that we've declared war, and we will march north. Oh my god, my army is about 1,000 men strong. This is awesome. We even have catapults. Gentlemen, march north. We will lay siege, and we will be king of the north. And so we met their army in battle here, but they only have 307 men. They have elite quality soldiers, apparently. Mostly levies, a few light footmen and knights, and they're all dying because I have a bigger army and a better one with more knights and more elite quality units. So we got some valued hostages there. We march north, and now it's time to lay siege, and it says it's gonna take 8 months. Well, not if I turn this at +5 speed. I mean, it still takes 5 months in game, but for us, it's significantly shorter. So we've laid siege. We're 100% successful here. And listen to this dude. Greetings, petty king merchant of Munster. May your years be short and miserable. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will reluctantly comply with your demands. Well, you know what? This guy sounds like the kind of dude who's probably gonna be plotting my demise. But now we gotta lay siege to this dude over here, because we only have this county up here. Fight them? I mean, he's got 336. We've got... Where are you going, my friend? He is ringing around the rosy. Fine, he's laying siege, and He's trying to run, but we caught him out in battle. Greetings, my amical liege. I'm sorry you're in the middle of a battle, but you seem to be under the illusion that you deserve my favor. I owe nothing to a vile churl like you. Forget about it, or else. Whatever, dude. I'm busy fighting wars. Greetings, petty king merchant of Munster. Ooh, this is good. So now I'm gonna be able to lay claim and have a casus belli for the county or the Duchy of Connacht. So that's been great. We've been laying the foundations for future. But before I do that, we're gonna have to lay siege to the barony of Dundilgan. Now, I don't speak Gaelic, so I'm not gonna be very good at this, but the siege is happening. We've sped it up. Oh, and look at this. Petty Queen Debbie looks up at me. We got a baby. And it sounds like there's other battles happening over here. I mean, look at this. This is some contested area. It looks like between Wales and England. Looks like the French are doing some stuff maybe over here. And all the while, I'm just gonna build up a beautiful and amazing, at least in my opinion, Empire of Ireland. So, we've beaten these guys. These guys beat those guys. We're gonna enforce our claims. Now, so here's the thing, right? Ooh, I can unlock a new perk. Let's do that. Bella Justum. Perfect. It would make me better in battle. My half-brother and knight, Concobar Brian. Well, you know what? I kind of want to give you a strong woman. Yeah, you're going to get married to a Viking and have some, like, crazy knight babies. I mean, maybe? Let's increase the opinion of that dude. Sure. I love the recommendations. It can guide you until you learn the fundamentals of the game. Oh, look. She's going to marry my half-brother. So I can declare war on Konik and Ariel here. So let's go ahead and disband the army, and then I can declare war using a casus belli against this dude using 188 prestige? By Jove. That's quite considerable. We shall levy the armies, raise everybody, march north, and we've got the siege at 5 times speed. Matter of months turns into seconds. Where's that little army going? He's going on a raid, isn't he? Whoa, he's got 261 trying to lay siege, but I've got 480 men there. We should be able to hold that, no problem. And furthermore, he will have to work for me now, because I'm going to enforce the demands, and you will have no homeland and no way to feed and fund that army. So be it. Greetings, petty king merchant of Munster. I hate you. Well, yep. There we go. We did it. And now, look at this. Munster's bigger. We have an empty council position. We don't have a spy master. Now, spy master needs high, that skill. So we're gonna put this lady in. Oh my gosh, you're gonna be my spy master. Who are you? Your guest. A dishonorable planner. You sound perfect. You're gonna be my spy master. I kind of like that I married like a crazy Viking shield lady here. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and disband the army so we can get our gold rate back up. And now the earldom of Ulster here. I can't declare war, but I might be able to request a claim. Nope. That doesn't look like it's gonna work either. But I can create the duchy of Ulster here. But in order to do that, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of gold, but it's gonna give me some prestige because now I'm a double duchy. So we'll spend the gold there to become the double duch. And that should... Ooh, Lorcan and Brian can marry. So we should just wait a little bit and then Ulster should fall to sway. Well, I guess I will have to fight for it. I spent the gold, but now it kind of gave me the ability to declare war because he's got a vastly inferior army to me anyway. So it is time to raise all armies. Unfortunately, it's all in the south. I'll figure that out. But I mean, look at this. You got 400 men. That's actually not bad. Just also not as good as 1200. He's laying siege, but he's not going to get anywhere. So we'll have to relieve this siege because they're actually winning it. Well, not anymore. Your glory is widely known. That's actually really good. So let's lay siege to his castle now. We didn't get any hostages. Maybe by laying siege, that could help get us some gold for a little bit. We have an impressive siege here. We're greatly outnumbering them. So now that we've beaten them in battle, I'm gonna enforce my demands and say this is mine by right. Deus Volt, my friends, Deus Volt. And we'll disband the army to allow us to accrue some money. And check this out. The House of Munster is now Lords of the North and South Ireland. And the House of Brian is the greatest in the Emerald Isle, which I love that it's green. But we still got more territory to go. And it looks like there's a lot of stuff happening up here. What you doing with that boat, huh? Get that out of here. We'll eventually have to cross the Irish Sea to get to either Wales, Scotland, or England. Or we could just sail to Brittany, or do a very long Irish naval invasion of Frisia? It looks like the Holy Roman Empire ate the Frisian region. It's gone. And it looks like the French and the Holy Romans are actually going at it back and forth, but at least nobody's bothering with me. So we can declare war on Petty King Aid. Now, he has no allies, and he's got a very small garrison of 276 soldiers. I think Connacht does need to be taken anyway, so let us give him the old casus belli. I could request the claim, but he won't accept it. Maybe if I was more scheming, he would, but open battle is my cup of tea, since we're in the British Isles. I will lay claim and declare war. Mr. King Ed, you're a bum. Your father was a hamster and your mother smelled of elderberry, Ed. It's time to die. Whoa, they're heresy. Waldensians in Swabia. I do not want to convert to Waldensium. I don't even know what that is. Never heard that before in my whole life. I want to fight these dudes. I wonder what my ambitions will be like after we conquer Ireland. like where we're gonna want to look. And let's go ahead and speed through this siege. The siege of Dunbunagaleme. There's a camp dispute while we're laying siege. Hey guys, free cheeseburgers for everybody. That's gotta work. So, sod this. I'm going to my tent and stuffing my ears. I actually like this one. Let's see if this works. Well, there's a brawl. Okay, might as well join in and have some fun. Oh, but look at this. I gained some good stuff. I gained some prestige and some martial experience. And that means I got a new talent. I think organized march would be good, especially since we're marching all over Ireland. Let's go back to our siege. There was a brawl in the middle of the siege. And now, the ruler embraces heresy. Duke Otto II. Oh god. What's going on in the greater world? Doesn't matter. Ireland is mine. Enforcing my demands. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I comply with your demands. Good. You did great. You did very, very good. So, I'm not the Duchy of Connacht just yet, because I don't own this region here. But look at this. The House of Brian in the realm of Munster is great. I just need to take out Brienne here. Oh, I can create the Kingdom of Ireland. Oh, yeah. But I need 500 gold. If I do this, I think I have to fight for it. I don't think they'll just give it to me. Yeah, there's 5 other claimants here. Let's see. I'm Brian. Duh. And then how good are these dudes? Earl Concobartle Blair. And then there's some other dudes of Brian. This dude has an inferior army. But who owns that? 1,000 men are garrisoning that. 655, 332, and 558. I don't want to do that just yet. Oh, I have low county control in Connacht. Not a problem, friends. Not a problem. I request this claim. Wait, that's mine. The Pope doesn't like me. I don't think anybody really likes me. I like me, though. Well, let's see. Let's construct some stuff here. We could do walls and towers. That would take 3 years, but it would increase the garrison level and my tax rate. There's also wetland farms, which would take 3 years. I like wetland farms. That gives me money. I want more money. A trade port. We could probably upgrade the infrastructure of our kingdom a little bit. Oh, look, I've got a daughter. She's gonna be named Debbie. Pope Sergius IV. He gives me 100 gold, but his opinion gets -20. Where are you, Mr. Popey Pope? I want gold, Mr. Pope. I will use this wealth wisely, Popey McPope face. Hey, Pope, can I have this? Reluctance. I have virtuous traits. Earl Ed is of a lower rank than you. What does that matter? Oh, look, we got a new bishop. Lay a new claim to the county of Briefin. The earldom of Dublin, though, with 1,000 soldiers is going to be very tough to crack. But we'll rack up our gold. Well, someone just attempted to murder me, so that's kind of scary. Should we just try to create the Kingdom of Ireland? I own more than 50%, but the rest remaining part is very strong. Let's just try it. Shall we? You are now a mighty high king. But I think that should give me casus belli. Who are these dudes? The first army of Port Lage. Looks like a bunch of thieves. So this one in the middle is the weakest. And I've got a bigger army now. We probably won't be able to afford them. Ooh, this could be interesting. Raise all armies. Oh yeah, we're at -1. But we declared world war on the Earl of Concobar, who's in the middle here. Let's go ahead and beat him up. Where are these guys going? You're not allowed over there. Hey. You can't lay siege to my stuff. That's rude. Oh, and look at this. Who is this dude? There's so much stuff happening. Is this my guy? I guess we'll find out. Well, we're gonna have to beat them. And who the heck are these dudes? Regardless, we'll have to lay siege here. So it's gonna be significantly shorter than most. What? Well, hold on. These dudes, they don't have enough soldiers to lay siege, yet they are. I'm gonna have to relieve that siege with my main army once I take the earldom of Athlone. I shall enforce my demands and then take it for mine. Is this another army I gotta deal with? Wow, who would have thought? What the biscuits? It's absolute chaos over here. Hold on. There are armies moving left, right, and central. Needless to say, having a giant army and a superior one is working out pretty well. Not entirely sure, but I feel like I have massive rebellions. I think something happened while we were out fighting these wars. Brian didn't die. I'm playing whack-a-mole with armies over here. But I think we're slowly starting to do okay. Oh, okay, Brian's wife died. Brian, I'm very sad to say that sucks. To be quite honest, I don't know what's happening in your future birthright. So I'm gonna be a little bit busy for a while. What the heck is happening? The Siege of Lochgarman. Earldom of Leicester versus some English dudes. Get out of my town. Okay, this is bad. I don't know if I should have claimed kingship over Ireland. Well, I can lay siege to this place and take it, right? So we'll disband the army to get the gold back up again. Our war season's been taking its time. Breithne should fall to me. I know what I'm doing right now. Well, it's war again. I thought we took it, but sometimes you just need to go out there and beat the foes on the battlefield. 1,600 men at arms. Let's do it. And by that I mean 1,700 men. Oh, I have a new heir. A knight. Cool. Dude, look at this. The Battle of Bebenberg over there. Oh, the first army of Bebenberg. Dang. Yeah, that's definitely... Bebenberg is definitely English. Look at this. Who are these idiots taking my stuff? There we go. That went better. And now we've just got to figure out who to ally up here to deal with these dudes. So this is the Empire of Britannia and the Duchy of Leicester. Oh my gosh. So the Brits are here? Oh, okay. It's the Irish fighting, I think, people from Wales. The Earldom of Leinster. A lot of symbols over here. So we gotta see who's winning over here. They've got 700. This dude's got 1,500. Who are you? We're so close. Look at that. It's literally just Dublin now. Do we sacrifice it all? I'm getting old, and in my life, I would really love to see a united Ireland. I have the casus belli to do so. Who are your allies? They're sending all their soldiers over into Scotland. And they have a garrison of 1,700 soldiers. My God. I should be able to take out that one. Guys, it's time to finally unite Ireland under the family of Brian. I'm not sure what these guys are doing here or if I have to fight them or not, but we won't worry about them. Oh, you have allies, huh? Who are your allies? The Duke Dolphin of Lothian. You've got a military strength of 200. Is that like the amount of soldiers you have? I really hope that's the amount of soldiers you have and not House Dunbar. Way over here. I think the Irish dudes got pulled out to fight in a war with Scotland. Well, that was rather convenient. It's time to strike while the iron's hot. This is mine by right. I'm the King of Ireland. We'll raise all armies. They'll probably have an invasion in the north and Ulster, but don't worry. We'll hold all of Ireland for a little bit. We go to Dublin. All right. You really want to do this now? Murchad was a bad boy. Wow. Your will is the only law that truly matters. Like my will to conquer Ireland with my 2,000 men. Uh-oh, they're coming back. They're laying siege. I think I actually might be able to win that one. There's all these disputes. That's great. I'm very pleased. Now that Irish army's running, I think I gotta conquer this little guy. There's the siege. Wow, I don't know what's happening up there. I think his allies are here. So now we gotta just fight these dudes. Where are you running? Get out of here. I gotta lay another siege. So many sieges. Victory! I just don't hold the Earldom of Leinster. But there's, oh man, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't even care. Like, all I know is this little place is the only thing that's left. So we'll disband our army. I'm gonna have to start building, like, upgrading these places to have castles in them, I think. Now, if I declared war on you, what would happen? The Duke Dolphin of Lothian. I don't even care. Raise all armies. There's only one territory left that is not under the sway of us, the new kings in Ireland. I think I gotta do this at 2x speed. At 5x speed, like, crazy stuff happens, and I'm like, excuse me, that's not part of the plan. Oh, the mighty Irish armies. Whoa, 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 you can't leave. We just got here. Get them before they leave. Get them before they leave. Yes! Okay, he didn't stay in his castle. He tried to break out, and instead, we fought on the battlefield. He's got 2 knights. I've got 11. And then I've got, oh, I don't know, 2,200 men to his 300 and something. It's going well for me. And look at Dublin. The barony of Dublin. All right, we'll speed this up. Come on, Mayor Dulgus, you big bumsicle. So the siege is happening, and it should go pretty quickly. Oh, there's boats sailing around. Goodness gracious. Another attempt on my life. They're laying siege to my capital here. 7 months left. I should be able to do this. This one has 2 months. So after this siege, I need to relieve the siege at my capital of Luminit. And then I will have we'll say not uncontested rule of Ireland, but solid and definitive rule. Yes, we lay claim. We're enforcing our demands. Now, does that mean you stop this siege? Oh, you do. Good. Look at that. Hold on a second, guys. Take a sweet look at this. The House of Brian owns all of Ireland. And the Kingdom of Ireland is held by me, King Murchad Mac Donchat of Ireland. What a name! Well, remember that Crusader Kings 3 is out right now. I want to say a big shout out and thank you to Paradox for sponsoring this video. You can check the game out for yourself by clicking the link in the video description below, and remember that it supports the channel. Now, after Ireland, you guys gotta let me know. Do we attack Wales? No one's created the Kingdom of Wales, and the Kingdom of Scotland is established, but there's still some areas over here that are left unclaimed. I think I'm gonna try to go for maybe Wales next, but then that would put me in a giant battle with England. Anyway, let me know if you'd like to see more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.